Good morning, children. And in this video we start electrochemistry. Actually, we have discussed this one in Google Meet, but anybody who is not understand well or missed, again if you want to watch that video, this will be helpful for you. And in this I will give some assignment questions also that compulsory how to post in Google Classroom. Let me take the first thing, the objective of this chapter. The main objective is production of electricity. The production of electricity by using what? Spontaneous chemical reactions. That means whichever the chemical reactions takes place on its own without consumption of energy, by using that chemical reactions we are producing electricity. That we study in this chapter. And one more thing, the cell which produce electricity by using spontaneous chemical reactions are called galvanic cells. These are called galvanic cells, right? And in the reverse way, by using the electrical energy producing chemicals. Which type of chemicals? Non-spontaneous chemical reactions. So by using spontaneous chemical reactions we can produce electrical energy. By using non-spontaneous chemical reactions, isn't it? The non-spontaneous chemical reactions we get by using electrical energy. So spontaneous chemical reactions are producing electrical energy. Electric energy is producing non-spontaneous chemical reactions. So these we discuss here. So this type of cells are called what? Galvanic cells. And this type of cells are called electrolytic cells. I will show that one. At last I given that one. This one. There are two types, galvanic or voltaic cell. Other is electrolytic cell. Which converts chemical energy into electrical energy is called galvanic. Which converts electrical energy into chemical energy is called electrolytic cell. These are the simple definitions. Remember this one, very important one. And before starting that galvanic cell, electrolytic cell, we need to know some type of terminology here. The first one is oxidation. What is meaning of oxidation? Means very simple, loss of electrons. Generally, how to identify loss of electron? When you show electron after the arrow mark, this is the arrow mark. When you show the electron after the arrow mark, they are actually oxidation reactions. They lose electron. Okay, in which positive charge will increases, negative charge will be decreases. Reduction means what? Gain of electrons. Which gains electrons, gaining of electrons, isn't it? This is called what? Reduction reaction, isn't it? In which positive charge will be decreases, negative charge will increases. See here it is chlorine taking 2 electrons converting into 2Cl minus, isn't it? You take one beautiful example, copper plus 2 gaining 2 electron will convert into copper. In reduction reactions, electrons are presented before the arrow mark. You see, this is the arrow mark. Before the arrow mark, we are representing. We can write n number of reactions like this: oxidation and reduction. This is very important. You have to remember. Sometimes when you get any doubt, loss of electron, you just remember oil. O for what? Oxidation. I for what? Is. L for what? Loss of electron. Oil, oxidation is loss of electron. This one no need, because if you know this one, opposite is nothing but reduction only. But what is this redox reaction? In any chemical reactions, there will be oxidation and there will be reduction. So oxidation, reduction collectively called as redox reactions here. So alone does not take place. Alone only oxidation does not take place. Alone only reduction does not take place. Both will take place, and combination here, reduction, this one, reduction and oxidation. Reduction plus oxidation, redox reaction, both combinationally exist in any chemical reactions here. Next, this is also one more thing, LEO. Generally we use LEO. No? L for what? Loss, E for what? Electron, O for what? Oxidation, isn't it? In this way also you can remember. Next, what is the meaning of oxidizing agent? The substance which undergo a reduced or reduction. The substance which undergo a reduction, they are called oxidizing agent. For example, I taken again copper plus 2, take 2 electrons, will convert into copper. Now this substance undergoing which type of reaction here? The reaction is undergoing a reduction reaction. Therefore the substance is called what actually? Oxidizing agent. The substance is reduced or the substance is undergoing reduction, called as what? Oxidizing agent. Next, the substance which undergo oxidation or the substance which is oxidized is called reducing agent here. You take one more example, zinc, losing 2 electrons here. Okay, now the substance is undergoing which type of reaction here? Oxidation reaction actually. Therefore the substance undergo oxidation reaction, the substance is oxidized. Now this is called what actually? Reducing agent. This terminal is very, very important. Next, anode. Wherever there are two electrodes will be there. See, this is one electrode called as anode. This other electrode called as cathode. Both are connected to what? A voltammeter. This is connected to, and both negative part and positive part, both are connected to voltammeter. Generally, I told you now, just now I told you, galvanic cell, anode is negative, whereas cathode is positive. But in electrolytic cell, here, in this cell, electrolytic cell here, in galvanic cell, here in this case, anode is what actually? Negative. Cathode is positive. But in the electrolytic cell, anode will be positive, cathode will be negative, isn't it? This you need to remember, you have to remember compulsory. Right, what we are discussing? The terminology anode, in which the electrode in which oxidation is occurring, loss of electrons is taking place, that is called anode, that is represented as a negative. The electrode at which reduction reaction is taking place, that is called cathode, we are taking what? Positive. Otherwise you just memorize like this. Red cat. Red means what? Reduction. Red means what? Reduction. Cat means what? Cathode. So reduction takes place at cathode. Red cat we can easily remember. I will explain this anode and cathode by taking this example. You see, anode is negative. Why it is getting negative charge? Do you know? See, this anode I have taken as a zinc. Now zinc undergoing oxidation, you got 2 electrons here. Now these electrons will start from here. When they start, what we get here? Electron charge is what? Negative. So we get a negative charge that will flow towards here, towards the positive charge, because electrons are moving towards where? Positive, opposite charges, isn't it? In that case, here some copper plus 2 ions will be there. The copper plus 2 ions will gain the 2 electrons here. So deficiency will be there. So it will positive charge. So explanation I have taken that one actually, isn't it? Otherwise we'll take one more example. You see here, anode. See, anode, from which electron is starting from here, going towards where? Electron is flowing from negative to, remember one thing, electron always move from anode to cathode, but current will flow from cathode to anode. An external circuit, it will flow from cathode to anode here. This showing of what? How electron flows from anode to cathode here. Now electron rich electrode is generally called anode. Oxidation reaction takes place. Electron poor electrode is called what? Electron poor deficient electrode is called cathode, where reduction reaction occurs, isn't it? And this must be a spontaneous redox process. Spontaneous means what? without consumption of energy, the reaction should takes place. Redox process. See here, oxidation taking place simultaneously. What happened? Reduction also taking place. Both are taking place simultaneously. They are called redox concept, isn't it? Now in this case, whether it is spontaneous or non-spontaneous, how do you identify? The electrode potential E naught must be positive, isn't it? And the Gibbs energy delta G, in the 11th class we have discussed this one. Gibbs energy delta G must be negative. Then only they are called what? Spontaneous, isn't it? If electrode potential is positive, then are called how you find out electrode is positive or negative? I will explain that one by taking some examples in the later only, isn't it? Now I have taken one more diagram here. That is a zinc copper galvanic cell. Now anode is made upon by which electrode? Zinc electrode. Zinc undergoing oxidation reaction. Okay. Now here electrons are flowing towards what? Cathode. Cathode is a positive, and cathode I have taken here copper metal. But what is happening here? Copper, here it is not copper +2, remember. I have taken a copper sulfate solution, isn't it? Copper sulfate solution. From this copper sulfate, copper is what charge you are having? Copper +2. Now this copper +2 will take whatever the electrons here and they deposit it here. It will deposit at here. Isn't? Now zinc is what happened? Converting into zinc +2. The zinc +2 is going into the solution, whereas copper sulfate solution, in which copper +2 is taking the 2 electrons here and depositing at what? Cathode, like this. This is what actually some copper is what? Deposited here. Where zinc is what happened? Converting into zinc sulfate. That be because of this what happened? This zinc metal loses its mass. Loses its mass. And here this metal will gain actually. Why it is gaining? Because some copper +2 taking the 2 electrons here and depositing it here. So in the galvanic cell process, anode size what happen? Decreases, whereas cathode size what happen? The size of the cathode what happen? Increases because of depositing of here this copper +2 as copper here. Why size is decreasing here? The zinc, this is made upon by what actually? Zinc is converting into what here? Zinc sulfate solution, isn't it? Now here what is happening? The reactions I am taking, zinc, isn't it? Zinc undergoing oxidation. Next, copper +2 undergo reduction to give copper. Now overall cell reaction. The overall cell reaction, if you observe here, that overall cell reaction, these 2 electrons are get cancelled. Now zinc reacting with copper +2 and converting into zinc +2 plus copper, and you are getting current here. You are getting current that is equal to 1.1 volts. How we get 1.1 volts? If you observe here, this is oxidation reaction, no? Here, this one is oxidation, no? For this oxidation, zinc converting into zinc +2, the potential you are getting how much here? Oxidation we get plus 0.76. For this reduction, this undergoing what actually? Reduction. See, copper +2 converting into copper, reduction. Zinc converting into zinc +2 is called oxidation. This value will be around what? Plus 0.34. Now what you are doing, you are adding, you are adding all these things. So when you add what happened, we get 1.1. Now is plus or minus? Yes, plus. Now if it is getting plus, it's a spontaneous reaction. Why it is spontaneous? Because E naught value is what actually here? Positive. Therefore it is a spontaneous process here, isn't it? Of course, in the reaction I have taken here oxidation, isn't it? Here I have taken reduction. Now here it is a reduction potential. Remember, zinc +2 converting into zinc. Reduction potential is what? Minus here, isn't it? But oxidation, how you can calculate oxidation? If you reverse that one, that will be oxidation. So you will get a negative sign will convert into positive sign here, isn't it? Next is also what? Same thing. Just now we discussed here. One more thing here. When you observe here, these two are actually reduction potentials, right? These two are reduction potentials. Now, whichever is having less reduction potential, that some definitely undergo oxidation. Whichever is having more reduction potential, that will undergo definitely reduction. This already we discussed in the Google Meet. Now this is a chart actually. In this chart you have to take this a standard one, reference one. Hydrogen electrode is taken as a reference one. Above they are having positive values, below they are having negative values. All these are actually reduction potentials. Convenient, generally oxidation reduction we don't call, generally we call standard potentials. Means what? They are not oxidation, they are always what? Only reduction. How to get oxidation? Just change the sign, you will get the oxidation. Plus will convert into minus, then you will change the sign, you will get that one. This is fluorine is the highest one, zinc is the lowest one. So whenever if you get lithium connected with any element, it will undergo always oxidation only, because they are having lowest reduction potential. Whenever fluorine connected to any element, it will always undergo reduction only, because it is having highest reduction potential. Just now I told you highest reduction will have reduction reaction, lowest reduction will have oxidation. For example, if you connect these two, this is having higher value, this is having lower value. Now this will undergo reduction reaction, this will undergo oxidation. For example, you connect silver and copper. Okay, silver and copper. Then this is having higher value, reduction potential, undergo reduction reaction. This is having lower value, undergo oxidation reaction. Otherwise you connect this iron with what? Actually aluminum. Now this is having higher value, undergo reduction, and this is having lower value, undergo oxidation reactions here. So when you connect two metal like this, we get. So the next class what happened, this only be discussed in the Google Meet, and the next class will take how to write the NST equation and different reactions let we see here. But in the homework you take, these are the things, the definitions of oxidation reduction you have to write with not these examples, you take your own examples, different examples, and after that what is redox reaction, then after that what is oxidizing agent and what is reducing agent, with example you can take, and what is anode and cathode, and this is no need. And here you draw a diagram here, this one. Okay, you draw this one, simple diagram, no need to draw everything, simple anode and cathode, how they are connected, and these chemical reactions, isn't it? This is the assignment for this video. Okay, complete this video and send by Friday. Thank you.